Good morning guys and welcome to my channel. Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to discuss different ways in which different cultures take care of a mother, of a woman who just gave birth. I'm doing this because I'm really interested in this topic. I just realized that in North America, because I live in Canada, right, they have a really different approach when it comes to taking care of a new mom. And from my research and from everything I've done, if you go back to one of my videos, that was like one of my first videos, and I took that video when I had just a couple of weeks after giving birth to my daughter, and I was talking about the way Chinese culture and African culture. I focused on my culture, like my culture in Cameroon, because that's what I know. And then I had read an article too online about the way the Chinese to take care of a mother when she gives birth. But now I found another article who has like lots and lots of other cultures and the way they to take care of a mom when the mother gives birth. Now I'm talking about this because I've realized that in North America, a lot of the focus is on the mom when the mom hasn't given birth yet. They have this whole culture around baby showers where they come and offer gifts to the mom and to the unborn baby. And even when the baby is born, a lot of people will focus more on coming to see the new baby, which is a good thing. But then the new mom is usually forgotten. You know, it's like we just forgot everything that the mom went through for 9 months. And sometimes giving birth to can be another difficult moment. Some women give birth through C-section. So I really wanted to share with you guys like different cultures and how they take care. And I've also realized that different cultures here, some of them still carry on like how they would take care of a mother, the way they did. Different communities still do it, but I feel like with the lifestyle, like from back home, the way people live is different. A lot of the times you see when a mom gives birth, her whole family comes together, they stay with her for sometimes a month. Some, not the whole family, but some women in the family, like especially the mother, if the grandmother is still alive, they will stay with her for for a long period of time to take care of her, to take care of baby, for her to recuperate. But with the way everything is set up here in North America, I understand that it can be difficult to do it that way because people have responsibilities. They have to go to work. You know, I've seen my mother-in-law, for example. She would, when ladies in our community gave birth, she would make food for them. Sometimes she would go and give them the massages. You know, she would still try to do this because she grew up back home. She saw this happening and it's part of her. So she will still do this. And you'll see a lot of moms find themselves alone. They don't have anybody around them after they give birth. When I gave birth to my daughter, I know that I had a nurse who visited me once and who called too. And I know that happens too. You have a nurse calling you, checking on you if you're okay. But that's for like, I think a week. And then if you don't have nobody else by your side, then you're just stuck there on your own. I'm a young parent support worker too. And I run a group for young moms. And one of the things that struck me was a lot of my moms, like I was telling them a story about a colleague of mine that had just given birth like 2 days, not a day ago. And the next day I saw her go into Shoppers Drug Mart and she could not even walk properly, you know, because like she just gave birth. It's just like she just went to war and came back, you know. So I was telling them the story and it was so surprising to me because all of them told me that, oh, that was me. A day after I gave birth, I had to go to Shoppers Drug Mart to get medication for my daughter. A day or two after I gave birth, I had to go to Shoppers Drug Mart, you know. In my culture, first of all, you're told you're not supposed to go out for at least a month after you give birth. And that was never really explained why, but from a very young age, I knew when you give birth, you don't go out. I didn't know the reason why. I also knew the newborn baby too wasn't supposed to be out that early. I didn't know why, but I was really surprised to see my colleague at Shoppers Drug Mart, to see my clients telling me, oh, it was them when they just gave birth, they were out at Shoppers Drug Mart. getting medication or anything like that. So I'll share with you guys. It's written here. I'm going to read it to you guys. In its purest form, traditional Chinese Zuyo Yuezi advises a tough love approach of sponge baths instead of showers to reduce the chance of catching a chill. I guess this is why maybe you're not supposed to go out. No books in case reading strains the eyes, and no movies in case scenes upset you and disrupt your flow of chi. While others take over all of your household duties, of course, Zuyo Yuezi is often referred to as the gateway, as it is a threshold between one way of being, your life before baby, and an entire newly existent life with baby. The reward for spending dedicated time in this revitalizing in between space, the mother can emerge more beautiful and rejuvenated than before. Traditional Chinese medicine doctors say that if the woman shirks this recovery, she may experience a yin deficiency resulting in insomnia, excessive night sweat, hair loss, anxiety, and headaches. Chinese American families frequently do a bit of Zuyo Yuezi without even realizing it. Many a relative has shown up to visit mom and newborn at the hospital with traditional chicken soup. Zambia is a country in southern Africa. In Zambia, the mom is strictly banned from any work around the house until the umbilical cord falls off, a whooping week to 10 days usually, and then it may be back to doing the dishes as normal. You see, so for them it's different. It's like you can't do or touch anything until the umbilical cord of your baby falls. So family is there to help you, support you with the house chores and everything. Now we are in Latin America. In many parts of Latin America, a 40-day period known as La Cuarentena, which literally means quarantine, yet also plays off the Spanish word for 40, cuarenta. Don't balk me. Has female relatives take on all domestic duties to ensure the new mother rests at home in order to safeguard against future exhaustion, related illness, or ailments. Her midwife may visit frequently over the first 2 weeks to check on baby and mother's well-being, and homemade chicken soup simmers on the stove. Overly spicy or heavy dishes are mixed. The new mother's abdomen is wrapped in faja or cloth to help keep her belly warm. We also wrap the cloth around the belly, but I knew this was mainly to help the belly go down. Maybe it's also it has the same meaning to add on. Now we're in Japan. Japanese mothers return to their mothers' houses for a month or two of focused care and traditional food. So the Japanese mother will instead go to their mother's house, and that's where they're taken care of and the baby and everything. Now we are in Native Americans. In many Native American tribes, ceremony is key. The customary lying in period after birth culminates in ritualistic bathing, a baby naming ceremony, and going to a sweat lodge to boost circulation and help mom's body eliminate any toxins. The Hopi people in the southwestern United States recall practices of 20-day seclusion period for mother and baby, during which the mother might be served blue corn, piqué bread, a ceremonial food prepared in an hours-long process by a wise elder woman of the community. The flaky thin as air bread was served to honor rites of passage. Oh, amazing culture. I like going to a sweat lodge to boost circulation and help mom's body eliminate any toxins. You see, these are amazing practices that we need to keep, and I feel like we're losing it. Even though these practices, they do it in our different countries, coming to America, to Europe, to Canada, for example, and establishing yourself there, because of the way that their economy is set up, because of the way the communities are set up. Sometimes you find yourself also being alone after you give birth, because maybe you don't have your family around, or the people around you are just busy with their lives. Like I feel like um yeah, it's more individualistic, so you find it hard to just have people being there 24/7, though people come and visit you, but it's not the same. So now we are in India. In India, the new mother often returns to her parents, just like in Japan, in her parents' home with her newborn for up to 3 months of focused care. There, there are many pairs of hands on call throughout the day. The women of the family cook soft and nurturing food, boil fresh milk 3 times in a row to break down its proteins and stir in the melted ghee, clarified butter, and special spices so it becomes easy to digest and restores the mother's depleted state. These loving hands also hold the baby whenever mom needs a break. If members of the new mother's family are versed in Ayurveda, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but I'll write it down. The 5,000-year-old healing art of India. Okay, that's what it's called. Let me read it again. If members of the new mother's family are versed in Ayurveda, the 5,000-year-old healing art of India, she may drink herbal tonics for energy, immunity, and lactation and receive daily warm oil massages from a specially trained technician to soothe her nerves by calming the excess vata or wind in her system after birth. She even gets taught how to gently massage her little one's body as well. A relaxing and bonding experience for both parties. Nice, I love it. Middle East, 40-day rest periods. They have a specific amount of time. For the new mother, a traditional in Jordan, Lebanon, Egypt, and Palestine. Amazing. That's all they have for Middle East though. But a 40-day rest periods. And I guess it means too there is family around helping and you are resting, because you can't rest if there's nobody around you then. Korea's postpartum tradition of Samkilil, if I'm pronouncing it right, I'll write it down, decrees a period of at least 21 days and ideally 30 days of specialized maternal care dedicated to keeping mom warm, snug, and well fed. Miyok a traditional seaweed soup with beef, chicken, or anchovies, is served several times a day, every day, to boost circulation, restore lost nutrients, and enrich breast milk. Gums are tender, so icy foods are banned to avoid dental problems later. Oh, I read about icy foods being banned too in the Chinese. Another article I read where you can't drink anything cold, but this one it explained because your body becomes cold when you give birth, so you need to take more warm foods to get your body warm. That's why they were like no cold food. But here it says it is done to avoid dental problems. At 100 days, we are still in Korea. The baby is introduced to the wider family for the first time with a Baik-il ceremony. Wow, a kind of fourth trimester tradition graduation party. This also ends the close-up focus on mom care. She's ready to graduate too. Amazing, amazing. Vietnamese parents don't introduce strangers to their babies for 6 weeks to protect them from envy or simply too much attention. Okay, that's all we know. We're told about Vietnamese. I think maybe there should be more. Relative descend on the new mother's home in the Ivory Coast right after birth. The mother is bathed and massaged in shea butter by her own mother. A pampering rite that saturates skin with healing oils. While her grandmother and grand-aunt gently bath and dress the baby, younger cousins and aunts cook a delicious meal, and after eating all together, the circle lets the new mother nap with baby safe in their sights. In Indonesia, a bright light burns in the mother's home for 40 days after birth to honor the new life that has arrived. The midwife visits daily to massage mom, bath her in therapeutic baths, feed her jamu, a special nourishing concoction of egg yolks, palm sugar, tamarind, and healing herbs, and wrap her belly to support her uterine healing while also checking in on baby. For 40 days, the placenta is preserved and kept near the mother before being ceremonially buried. Wow. It is believed that the placenta still holds protective spiritual power that can safeguard the new mother from infection or illnesses. Oh, this is good. I've never heard about that. I know people who eat the placentas. I won't say too much about it because I don't know. Alright, we are in Moldova. The Eastern European country of Moldova has a special chicken soup to encourage breast milk production, and that is all was provided for us when it comes to Moldova. I don't know if there is more. If you're watching this and you're from Moldova, please feel free to leave in the comment section any more information on the traditions that you have in your country. There was also which one? Vietnam too. If you are from Vietnam, and then there's more in your culture, because here we were just told that in Vietnam parents don't introduce strangers to their babies for 6 weeks to protect them from envy or simply too much attention. If there is more tradition around taking care of the mother in your culture, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. In the Middle East too, if you're from the Middle East and there is more in your culture, please feel free to let us know, because all we have here is that 40-day rest periods for the new mother, traditional in Jordan, Lebanon, Egypt, and Palestine. Okay, we're gonna move on. At the far other end of the scale, in Shanghai and Hong Kong, high luxury confinement hotels offer upwardly mobile women a red carpet way to experience Zuoyuezi. Call it 5-star confinement, and conveniently lets them sidestep the drama of having mother-in-law take up camp in their home for a month. Sumptuously bathrobe in her plush hotel room. The new mom is served medicinal soups from gourmet chefs and can visit an on-site spa as often as she likes. This is good. While uniformed nannies handle baby's every need, taking him out for sunbaths daily and dipping him in warm pools to tone his muscles. It may be the antithesis of attachment parenting, and it certainly is a status symbol for the parents, but it hits the spot for busy women of means. Every moment of the month is devoted to optimal health for the newborn and optimal rest and pampering for mom. Amazing. Europe and Northern America, and this is the last one. This one really talks about how other cultures in who like immigrants in North America take care of people from their community in Northern America. Like I was telling you guys, I haven't seen that big part of the culture. I know they have doulas, but then these are not free. You have to pay for doulas, you know. And I think not everybody can afford it. So let's read what they have to say. In the past, special period or confinement companions might have been hired by Chinese households to help run the month of care. Modern day variations of this are emerging, putting traditional programs of postpartum care in reach of women wanting to experience the old ways. In Europe and North America, an emerging field of practitioners known as Ayurvedic postpartum doulas, trained in Ayurvedic care, can be hired to visit the home over several weeks, bringing food, giving massages, and helping mom learn about baby care. In Canadian cities like Toronto and Vancouver, Zuoyuezi trained doulas do a busting trade, visiting homes in Chinese communities, and highly traditional cooking services can bring breast milk, enriching fish, and papaya soup to your door, you know? Similar. In New York and other US cities, there are even humble Mandarin or Cantonese speaking guest houses where first-generation immigrants who have no relatives nearby can sit the month in the old ways with a clutch of other mothers. You guys, this is all that I have, and I think all these practices are amazing and should be kept. I think even when we leave our countries, we should really continue to support women, build groups, women groups in our communities where when a woman gives birth, we when a woman, oh my god, I'm so distracted because my email is open and I saw an email from my son's school. So I'm really pushing women in different parts of Northern America, Europe, or other countries where you don't have support from family members or close friends, to build communities of women, so that when women in our community give birth, we provide them this kind of care, we support them, because this is very important. I remember my mother-in-law telling me, if you're not taken care of properly as soon as when you give birth, like those very few weeks, it's hard for you to recuperate. You may find it's maybe easier for you to get sick in the long run. Your body will become weak. So I think we should keep these cultures, these traditions. I think these are amazing traditions. As just imagine, like, we shouldn't lose this, and we should pass it on to our children, like to other generations. You know, there were reasons why these traditions were put in place by our ancestors, by the people who came before us, and it's our duty to keep this on, to keep it to keep providing this to women who cannot afford maybe to bring their family members overseas when they have a baby, who cannot afford to hire doulas when they have a baby. So that was my message for today, and see you guys in another other video. If you are not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, because this is important to me. Thank you all for watching, and always remember, love always wins.